Hey guys, so in this update, we're gonna do the road over here, wherever the heck it is, right there. And yeah, I'm gonna show you how I did the crossing right there. We're gonna paint the road. I know it's kind of washed out right there, but you'll see all the little segments because I'm recording this after I've already completed it. And you'll see what I went through. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's 90% done. So go ahead and enjoy. Bye. So at the grade crossing here, what I've done is just taken some of my kind of cardstock. You can see how thick this is. It's just cardboard. I took a piece of paper, laid it over the top here, just sort of traced out the rails, and then with an X-Acto knife went ahead and cut these sections out. And when I cut them, I kind of gave them some room here, you know, because you've got to have a little bit of room between the rails there. And yeah, it looks like it'll fit nicely. And the thing is, the nice thing about the cardboard is it's a little bit flexible. So even though this curve is not, it's just a slightly bit off, we can, when we're gluing it down, we can go ahead and, you know, adjust it. It's got a little bit of wiggle to it, you know what I mean? So we can get it perfectly aligned with the rail, and I've already double-checked that. And again, this one was probably the biggest pain in the butt to cut, but it wasn't that bad. Like I said, doing the tracing and whatnot, and just really hand-cutting it because of the curve, came out pretty good. A little bit more patchwork right here, because this piece is going to butt right up to the rail there. I'm going to do a little sanding right here and get rid of some of these little high spots right there. But yeah, we'll fill that in. And then I guess what we'll do first is actually do the coloring on it, right? So I'm going to kind of make the concrete, color it concrete colored, basically, paint it. And then we'll put the little edges around it, all that kind of good stuff. We'll make that look nice. Not sure how this is going to work because it's, you know, it sort of slopes together here. Whereas in the prototype, you know, it's one track, and it's straight. So it's a little bit more straightforward here, but we'll figure that out. We'll make, you know, concrete sections, that kind of thing. Yeah, so that's next. All right, ready to go ahead and spray paint the color there for the concrete color. This is the colors I'm going to be mixing together: flat white, sky gray, and buff. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm going to mix until I like the color. So then we'll spray paint. Got everything on my little turntable right here, which is really where I'm spray painting because that's where my compressor is at the moment. All right, let's go paint them up. All right, got them sprayed up over here. Used a little bit more buff than white when I did the mixture there. And just so you can see what they kind of look like against white. Here they are against the road. Looking good. Now to kind of detail them and do like the side edging, I think I'm going to just do that with a paintbrush. Maybe, I don't know, something. Just to kind of make that those squared off, sort of like metal framing for the actual squares. All right, got them painted up and just kind of penciled in the location of, you know, sort of the cuts. They're roughly about 10 feet. I measured it on Google Maps. So each section is roughly 10 feet, and you know, the ones on the end come out a little bit shorter, but it was about 1.5 inches. So I did 1.5 inches across here, and then I also split the one that's going to be going in between the two rails, all the way down to the end here, leaving the last one. Then, what I've got, disregard the palm tree leaves, I cut out a little template. So that's the template. That is going to go across the, I can find one. Where is it? And I'll get it. There we go. All right. So that's going to cross. I'm going to put that across each one and basically spray paint the metal edging And just looking on Google Maps, the edging is actually like where the cars are running over it. It's kind of been polished off, and it's sort of like a metallic, slightly shiny, slightly bluish, you know, sort of where the tires kind of go across. And then in the center sections where cars aren't rolling over, they're pretty much rusted and sort of brownish. So what I think I'm going to do is just do them all brown to start out with, and then we'll do touch-up, which I'll show you how I'm going to do that. It's very easy to do, thanks to my experience modeling scale tanks, because you'll see. All right, I'm going to get to spray painting. I've got some brown mixed up. We're going to put the stencil on each one of these, spray paint across, and then I thought I'd just do an edge on along the long side. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Just gonna put an edge like that and spray paint each one. So off I go. See how many I can get done here before it gets too hot. All right, I got one of them sprayed, and a little trick for making it sort of shiny. Let me go ahead and focus here across where, come on, focus, stupid camera. Pencil. So the pencil, I know it's not showing up that great, but yeah, you just run a pencil across, and that actually creates the shine. There you go. We can kind of keep touching that up a little bit. There's a good, yeah, let me hold this thing steady. So there you go. You can see just putting a little bit of lead on there from a pencil looks like it's been worn by tires going over it. And again, this is just first pass, so I'm going to add a little bit more on there, whereas you leave the rest of it sort of brown and rusted, and we'll touch that up with a little bit of weathering too. We'll do some powders across here to sort of darken things up, but that's basically it. So I got all the other ones to do here. So I'm going to see how much I can do. Probably head inside because it's already like close to 100 degrees and it's only 11:30 in the morning. So I'm going to keep going and we'll finish the rest off. Got all the planks, I guess you call them, painted and edged and all that stuff. Got it gluing down here. Just got some thumbtacks holding it into place. I mean, brighten it up here a little bit. It looks pretty good. I kind of screwed up the painting on this little section right here, the one that goes across. I actually knocked over my little can of paint, and all the paint poured out, and I ran out of paint. So that was pretty aggravating. But yeah, we'll touch that up a little bit, and then this first one here is already glued down. So I started taking a little bit of pastel gray right here and just kind of touching it up a little bit. That's how you can see it's a little bit weathered there. We'll let the other ones finish gluing, get all the tacks out, and we'll finish weathering it up a little bit. And then we're going to paint the road because this big bright road is driving me bananas. So next, painting the road, and hopefully everything dries up here quickly. Alright, a little bit of a change here. So after painting the road and kind of really looking at the concrete segments there for the crossing, I kind of realized that the color that I had picked for the concrete was way too tan looking. It almost looks like, wood plank. So unfortunately I'm going in, it's kind of tedious, but I am coloring it each and every single one of the squares. I got pretty much halfway done here. And I'm going to try to finish that up. I did run the train across it a few times because it is glued down, and took all the, the pins out. I had to touch it up a little bit, kind of trim a little bit here and there, but otherwise train's running good across it. And yeah, so I'm going to keep painting here. Alright guys, so I finished the painting or repainting of all of the little squares right here. Still got to put in the little details. You know, there's little like indentations, you know, with like hooks, or I guess where rebar kind of like been set into them. So got to put those back in, but pretty much just finished up repainting from tan over to a little bit more concrete looking. So still got to do a little bit of weathering on it, like I said, and put in those, you know, little details and whatnot. Boy, that was a pain in the butt. I should have just spray painted it with the gray to start out with, but live and learn. All right. So I think I'm going to call this the next update. I don't know if I think it's 16 or something like that. I'll put all this together, and you just finished watching it if you got this far. So enjoy. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and hit the bell button there to get notified. Like always, you know the drill. Next up, we're going to be working on basically the scene. So I still got to do the sidewalks right here. I'm going to go ahead and kind of spray paint them in the medium, and put the details in there, get the details in on the actual crossing, and start putting the building. I got it kind of sitting over there for right now. Put that back and start putting in all the little nice details that make the railroad, make the scene come to life. You can see this goofy fence I have here. That's from my other layout. It's actually just little nails with a little bit of screen on them. I had that as a fence. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that right there. I just kind of stuck it in there because I was pulling stuff out of my storage, and had that lying around, so I just kind of plopped it in there. It's kind of, it's using the nails is kind of nice because it's easy to stick into the ground. You just have the nail sticking down a little bit and stick it in, and away it goes. So although it's not super prototypical, you know, in the background someplace, that's probably where I'll stick it. Someplace on the layout it'll be used. All right guys, till next time, take care. Bye.